Hello, Gary Crowley here with DoItYourselfJointPainRelief.com. We're going to do step 2 of hand pain relief. And what we want to do here is just end any nerve pathway irritation. If you have pain in your hand, the nerves that feed your hand here they start all the way up here, the bottom of your neck and kind of the very top of your back. Those nerves are what come out of your spine, run all the way down and feed this hand so it can function. So we just want to make sure between here and here there's not some muscle group that's kind of yanking on that nerve and causing your pain here when in a certain way there's nothing wrong here except for the pain you're feeling. So basically what we want to do is some simple things. First we're going to release your lower neck and basically the top of your shoulder, and again we'll assume this hand is the one that's hurting. Take your opposite hand and just hang it right kind of on that neck right there, because we're basically going to feel for tender tissue basically in this whole zone. So you just put your hand there and I'll even get a little closer for you. You're just basically feeling, you're just going to feel for some tender tissue in there. And if you feel tender tissue anywhere from here all the way up into here, you're just going to, on your neck, you're just going to do the press hold move where you just press, make that tissue move. You can nod yes, you can turn your head no. Turning into that side usually works good, pretty well. And yes and no, any tender spots. This actually feels pretty good. And I'm just hanging almost with the weight of my arm. I'm adding a little pressure with my fingers, but not that much. And I'm just nodding, turning, doing that. Move down. Now when I get down to like this upper back shoulder area, I'm pressing in here with my fingertips, still kind of hanging with the weight of my arm. And if I find a tender spot, mostly here, now you can turn a little bit and nod a little bit, but it doesn't quite get it. So you generally want to shrug. Make that tissue move under there. And then if you're really skilled, you can kind of follow the movement a little bit, but just do the best you can. Just press, get that tissue to release. Again, this actually feels pretty darn good usually. So that's your upper back and neck. You're doing the press hold move technique. And now we're going to do the underside of the collarbone. I'll probably stay up here for this. And basically, here's my collarbone right here. And basically from here all the way over to here, there's muscles and there's a big nerve plexus that runs through here. So we just want to, you can go through your clothes, we just want to press on this tissue, find any tender spots. And when you do find one, you can do, I like sometimes the hand-on-hand technique, where I just basically take my other hand and I press on kind of my fingertips to get more pressure on that tissue in a gentle way. So this hand doesn't have to work so hard, I don't get tired. That's the hand-on-hand technique. This is the press-pull move, where I grab a spot and I pull it, and I grab that spot and I pull it. Again, we're not massaging things over there. That doesn't get things released. So press, pull, release, and that tissue will let go over time. You can also do the press, hold, move, which is nice as well. Feel that tissue move and release under there. And again, sometimes when you're doing this at just the right level, it actually feels good. It's tender, and it's not a feel-good thing, but it's that feel-good kind of pain. And I'm actually tight here, so I'm just gonna, there it goes. Yeah, so that lets go. Okay, so we did that. We got to do our upper back. And with the upper back, what I recommend most people do is take a tennis ball, and I'm going to lie on this. Now you can also do it against the wall. Put this in a sock and lean against the wall. Personally, I think lying on your back is better. You get more pressure, and you just scoot around. I want this tennis ball basically in the tissue between my my spine and my shoulder blade, and then the tissue basically right on my shoulder blade. And so you just put the tennis ball down here and you lie on it and now between my shoulder blade. And so I call this the tennis ball press, and we do this in order to be able to do the press hold move without having to use our hands. So I'm on this muscle called my rhomboid between, and there's a couple other layers of muscles, but basically I'm on my rhomboid, and I'm just making that muscle move. You can turn your spine a little bit, but that'll do it, and that'll do it. And if you want more pressure, you can actually lift your butt up and do that. But again, you want as much pressure as you can relax into. And then when I'm done finding all the tender spots in that area, so that's actually pretty good, I'm going to scoot out so the ball is under my shoulder blade. And under my shoulder blade, actually there's some tender spots there. And I think that's from too much time on the computer, probably more than anything. And that's a good one for the muscle under your shoulder blade as well. So basically that move and that move are pretty good press hold move techniques for this tennis ball press on your upper back. And there, that just kind of released. Tenderness went away. You can feel it release. And that is our upper back release. And again, we just want to make sure everything up here is free, so as these nerves travel down, they're not getting yanked down and causing our hand pain. So only two more things left. The other one is we want to release our triceps if they're tight. And I just come back here and feel for any tender spots. Not too bad on me. If you do a lot of push-ups though, or bench pressing, these might be tight. So reach around here. Now you can either do the press hold move when you find a tender spot, or the press pull release, a little of both. And these usually let go pretty well. If you do this. And so that's the press pull move, or the press hold move and the press pull release. And then the last one that I want to do for this is this part of your elbow, so the upper half of the front of your elbow. There's a muscle in here that I've just noticed over the years that sometimes that actually is a magic bullet for fixing someone's wrist or hand pain. And if you just poke in there and it's tender, again, it's this upper half, not the lower half. You're not going to find much in there, but this muscle right there. So there's the outer half. Now you can take your fingers. I don't usually do my fingers, but that'll do a press hold move. I like bending it, getting my thumb in there and doing that. And you can, it's mostly opening and closing your elbow that'll do it. I like it with your thumb, but you can do that as well if you got strong fingers or just need a break. And that is the basically the your elbow joint release. So now all this stuff from all the way up here that could travel all the way down and grab that nerve that ends up in your hand has been released. If you're ambitious, you can do the other side of your upper back and neck as well. If this hand hurts and you want to do the other side of your upper neck and shoulder, you can do it with this hand on the same side, or you can do that. Just to be thorough, you can do that. You don't need to do this stuff on the other side. But 99% of the time, this will get the job done. So that is step 2 of hand pain relief. I look forward to hearing how it goes. Thank you.